Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to Dragon Ball Nation. Now today I'm doing a discussion on if Android 16's bomb would have actually killed Perfect Cell. Now as we all know, he did not get to use this bomb on Cell because he had it removed when he was in Dr. Giro's lab. He did not have the bomb in him, so we never actually get to see him use it. But I thought this was an interesting discussion to talk about because it's something we did not see. But if you go and look at the scenes from the series as well as the manga, when 16 grabbed Cell and Cell could not escape from that grab, 16 said, even as strong as you are, that you were going to be blown to bits. That it was the last thing he was going to do. It was built in there as a last resort, that bomb, to kill Goku mainly. And Cell was terrified of this explosion. He did not think he was going to survive this at all. Not even a chance that he would survive this explosion. He was so sure he would have died from this. And 16 was extremely sure himself would have killed Cell by this. Now this is very interesting because based off of that, you would think that he would have in fact been destroyed, and that's true. The thing is, I looked at later in the series, obviously when Cell self-destructs and then comes back as semi-perfect Cell. Cell, first of all, was in his second form when he self-destructed. Remember, he had Android 18 removed from his body. That is an even weaker Cell that had self-destructed without, depending on how much force he had, it was at least enough force to destroy the entire Earth, as well as potentially kill all the Z fighters, even though they cannot breathe in space. But all the Z fighters would have been dead. So that would lead me to believe that that explosion would be at least around the realm of 16's explosion, as well as possibly even stronger, considering semi-perfect Cell is even stronger than Android 16. Even though Cell didn't necessarily have a bomb in him, it was more of his ki being expanded to kind of explode rather than having an actual bomb built in him like 16. So I think that's a very good point on to, looking back at that, Cell survived his own explosion, and guys, remember when Cell came back, he was incredibly shocked that he had survived that. He did not think he was going to survive that explosion at all. He thought there was no chance he was going to survive his own self-destruction. He didn't think his regeneration was quite that good. Basically as long as his nucleus was intact, that he could regenerate. And if you look back at 16's statements, he said that he was going to be blown, at least what it says in the manga, that Cell would have been blown to bits. And if it's just bits, guys, and not completely disintegrated, then I mean Cell's going to come back from that. And, we're not sure about exactly how strong 16's bomb was in comparison to Cell's, because Android 16 was telling people to stand back from his bomb. That indicates to me that they would have survived the blast radius. It may have been a more compact explosion, but does that necessarily mean it's weaker or stronger? We're not sure, it's just speculative. But it's clear enough from Cell's statements that his explosion from Cell's self-destruction would have destroyed the entire Earth. So I think that's an interesting point to bring up. But I think Cell's confidence in himself dying in both situations really shows to tell how much of an how much he really underestimated his own regeneration factor. So it kind of shows, at least in my opinion, that I don't think Android 16's explosion really would have killed Cell in any sense. But I want to hear what you guys think about this, because there's not a whole lot to go off of. It's really just those few couple scenes, but I think it's a very interesting discussion I'd like to hear your guys' thoughts on. So do you guys think that this blast could have killed Cell, based on 16's confidence? Because 16's very accurate with his sensors. He knew he was stronger than Imperfect Cell, and he was very confident that this bomb would have killed Perfect Cell. But do you think that 16 was kind of undercutting Cell's regeneration as Cell himself was undercutting this? What do you guys think of that? Let me know down below. But other than that, guys, that's all there really is to talk about here. I hope you enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you later.